If our greeters want to make our way into the main room and close the doors so that we can begin our service, really appreciate it. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome. How are you today? How goes the day? I am Ezekiel. I will be your host today, and sorry for the EQ. It'll probably come down in a moment, so I'm not blowing out your eardrums. But I really appreciate you coming on this beautiful Sunday. I'm going to pass it over to Eric so he can start us off with some wonderful music.
Good morning, Unity. Good. Wow, that was actually pretty good. But we're going to do it again anyway because it's tradition. Good morning, Unity. Woo! There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to do a couple songs, and we'd love you to sing with us. We'll help you know what the words are if you don't already know. But we don't sing from our seats. We sing from our feet, which makes it sound a little muffled because our feet are on the floor. But we'll... All right, the first song we're going to do is I Start My Day With Love. I start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. I start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Oh, oh, love, love, love. Love, love, love. Start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Love, love, love. Whoa, 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 yeah. Love, love, love. Come on, everybody now. Love, love, love. Love, love, love.
Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary,
Pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Oh, prepare
prepare me
sanctuary.
Sing it, kid.
Hello, welcome to the Unity Spiritual Community Central Oregon. We are a wild soul sanctuary. Oh! So good. I'm Ezekiel. I'm your host for a second week in a row. So welcome if you're here for the first moment. We are an inspired group of people who get together every week to share love, kindness, joy, and just be. And happiness. Thank you so much, Eric. I really, really appreciate that. As we are here, hi, Bubba. How are you, dude? Good to see you. Go on with mama. Yeah, we could. As we are a group of individuals who come here every week, it's important for us to set an intention. Here at Unity, we believe that thought has power. We actually believe, and I know that thought has power in my own life. And so, if you're willing to, I would love to take a moment and set a group intention. We did this last week, and I really enjoyed it. So if you're willing to, I would like to hum together. I find that we are tonal beings, and that by aligning with our center, we align for the rest of service. So a deep breath in. One more and we can go high. Thank you so much for that. That really feels lovely. I set the intention of openness, love, kindness, and a new experience with divinity. I release anything that's holding me away from that new experience. And I walk forward into this service open and loving. Thank you so much for that, everybody. Next, I do want to give a little volunteer appreciation. This is a volunteer-run community. I'm not getting paid. The people who clean the toilets are not getting paid. The people who are working their butts off on AV and setting up these microphones and singing you songs and making you food are not getting paid. So can we give a little round of applause for all those people? Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. And if you feel so called to volunteer, we have plenty of positions available. We would love your help, and we are getting better at organizing it, and we're just becoming a great, great volunteer force around here. So we would always love to have you involved. Next, I would like to do a land acknowledgement. We're here. We're not the first people here. We definitely were not the first people here. We get to enjoy the beautiful rivers, and I was out at Smith Rock with my daughters, playing in the water and enjoying the beautiful hikes. But there were tribes here long before us. There were other people long before us, and they've been stewarding these land, they've been taking care of this land, and we need to steward and take care of this land and not forget about them. So we'll just take a moment and just let that rest. And I'll say, thank you. Thank you so much for all the years that you were here. So next we are going to go into our new vision statement. We did this last week. There's been a few adjustments, but we are going to read this together if you're willing. So together, we're community committed to co-creating a world of unity, spiritual awakening, and loving kindness. And so it is. That's powerful. If you're new here, that's who we are. That is why we show up here every week. That is what we commit our days to when we're outside of here. That is why we volunteer and do the things we do. We are a community who is committed to creating that. It makes me want to cry. It's really beautiful. So thank you so much, everybody, for reading that. And as we go forward, that is our new vision statement. Yep, the chair's coming up. I know I forgot last week. Yeah, it's okay. I made note of it. Don't worry, Kate. Up here, we do have our chair. This is a special thing. This isn't done at every congregation. It's something that we kind of hold dear to us, and I've used that chair many, many days. This is a chair for people who aren't here, maybe because they don't want to come, maybe because they couldn't be here, or maybe because their physical body is gone and they can only astrally be here, and that is a wonderful chair for an astral body to sit in. So if you feel so called, please use the chair. It's here for a reason. And we hold space for those who are not able to be here holding space with us. So today, we have some pretty fun stuff. We have Reverend Jim Pasmore here. He's giving a speak with us. Back from enjoying his wonderful time in the sun, enjoying the time in the sun here now, and we are so happy to have him. We also have music from Soulshine, which is always lovely. You guys already heard that. It's going to be a super, super fun day. So next, we got celebrations. Do I have any children who would like to help me with celebrations? My own child is here. I don't even know where. Oh, there she is. Celebrations is a moment inside of our congregation where we get to celebrate things that are fun in our life, things that are happening, a new, I don't know, whatever. I will start off. I went camping with my daughter. It was great. Yay! It's a moment to really share something that we love. This is a celebration service. So if you have one, put your hand up super, super high, and let's see it. And that is Florence, who will be running the mic for us. How about that?
I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating that the make.
Here, Lucy, talk right there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Give me 1 sec to get over to AV. These guys just aren't working for me currently. Pause, everybody. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, the battery's dead. How about this one?
This one is off. And now it's on, and the battery died as well.
Wonderful. Well, as we pause for the celebrations, maybe we can look at Nico as he does his cool finagling with his young man battery skills. It really does amaze me with his technology skills. He learns it so quickly.
And those batteries are also dead.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting on that, hey, Rod, why do you jump on over into announcements, and maybe I can pop through those if you feel so called. Or we can do, if you feel called while you're figuring that out. If not, then we can hang out up here for a moment. Oh, thank you so much, honey. I appreciate that. I did get to bring her camping this week. We did 3 days out in the forest, and getting to watch a young child's mind just blossom. It was really cool. I put a camera in her hand, and we were walking on this trail, and at first, it was like, oh, it's cool, and I'm just blown away. We're in the Willamette, and there's a flower every 3 inches. I can't keep moving. And she's just la, 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 and I put the camera in her hand, and all of a sudden, we can't go. She wants to take a picture of every item and every moss, and I watched her imagination just blossom with the tool. And it was a really, really wonderful experience. Thank you, Nico. Wonderful. Lucy, please share with us. I want to hear.
I'm celebrating that the Make-A-Wish people are coming this weekend to plan my wish.
Wow! That's amazing! Do you have more to share? Okay. Thank you so much for sharing, Lucy.
I'm celebrating a couple of things. I had 6 friends from Montana and Portland visit me for about 4 days, and we just had a great time, just enjoying one another. So Central Oregon just lends itself to the beauty and connection with others. And the other thing I'm celebrating is yesterday we had Family Kitchen, and 10 volunteers showed up, and I don't know if I can remember you all, but Kathy and Tom and Nate and Brooke and Margaret, and anyway, we had a phenomenal time, and everybody we served was just so grateful and thankful, and it's just a beautiful experience. So if you have not done that yet, come celebrate with us. I think it's the last Saturday of the month, from 9 to 1, and it'll bring your heart just wide open. So,
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Are there any other celebrations? Okay, there we go. I was going to say.
I want to celebrate that there are no fires happening right now in Oregon. Yeah, and I just want to remind everybody, it is wildfire season, so just take care of yourselves, take care of your homes. I know Eric's been working in this neighborhood. If you want, there's places to go where people can help you mitigate your land so that you can be safe if you do have a fire. And also, I want to celebrate that I have 17 people coming into Bend next week, or this week for 4th of July. So a family from all over the place. Yeah.
Awesome. That's amazing.
I do have a celebration
Thank you so much
too.
for sharing. If you could give it.
Good morning. Thursday, I turned 71. It's just another circle around the sun, right? That's a lovely thing. But my husband, my sweet beloved Doug, made a picnic and took me to the shore of the White's Creek and Sisters, and we sat and talked about what it's like to have one another as our beloveds. It was really lovely. That was the biggest celebration of all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We'll be back, George.
I want to celebrate Sonia. She came to this Unity, I think a year ago or so. She has done so much behind the scenes. You can ask her what she's done, but especially I'm really impressed with the book sales. So she was part of the Growth and Prosperity, so we've done really well with that. Take a bow, take a bow. And then she's needing some support, so ask her about her GoFundMe, and it's really, she's just an amazing addition to this community.
Well, I don't know how many of you know, but last December my mother had a mild stroke, and so she's now in a nursing home. And as a result, I get to spend my first month-long road trip during the summer. So I'm heading up to northeast Oregon for a week or two, and then on up through Washington and up into British Columbia. So I'm getting out on the road again.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Are there any online celebrations, Rod? Nico? Wonderful. Thank you guys so much for... Yes, Miss Flores.
My celebration is that my sister Mabel's gonna turn 4 on the 4th of July.
Yay! Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the celebrations. I will note, I will preface, there's nothing wrong with monetary celebrations, but everybody here was just celebrating love and people visiting. That's so cool. It's just love, people visiting, love. It's just wonderful. Speaking of which, if we could have our kids up, we're going to do a kids blessing. If you guys could come forward. Tiff is working with the kids today, and I believe Leia is working with the kids as well. If we have any other children, I think Florence is going if she's back there. Lucy, would you? You don't have to come up if you don't feel called. It's okay. Would you like to? You're more than welcome to. Don't feel pressured. We don't want you to feel uncomfortable. We are excited. What are we doing today, Tiff? Confidence building. We're going to do an art project outside. Art project outside. Wonderful. Well, let's send these kids off with a blessing, shall we? We appreciate the holy gift you are. We see the divine light shining from you. May you always know what a treasure you are. May you always bring your gifts freely and fully to the world. Namaste. I do want to say, by the way, before you guys go off special with the kids, we have 3 of our own children. We have Evelette, Sephi, and Mary are going to the Northwest Unity Camp right now. They're representing our congregation there. It's an overnight camp. A lot of kids have a lot of fun there. So they're going to be watching. So if we can wave and say hi and have fun at camp, thank you so much, guys. You guys go have fun going off. I appreciate it. And now the fun part, announcements, the good stuff. Here at Unity, we have events going on always. It's pretty crazy the amount of individual events that we have going on here at the community. One is that we have Sundays at 6 p.m. Shriman, lovely Shriman, who so many people here know and care about, runs a sound bath at 6 p.m., formerly by Lisa Swisher. It's a wonderful sound bath. Every moment that I have an opportunity to go down there, I do. I actually feel like I'm floating when I leave. It is also probably my favorite thing to bring my non-hippie friends to. because they come out of it, and you can't avoid that it's real. You can't avoid the feeling and the energy and the beautiful healing that occurs in that environment. So please go check it out. It's absolutely wonderful. We also have, we'll wait for the next one because we had a few changes for our slides today. Nothing else? Okay, awesome. So we're going to go check website and check the calendar. So this week we're a little light on what's going on. There's always new things coming on the calendar. There's new things coming. There's a new July calendar printed out. They're available in the foyer. Go online. Please be a part of the community. We want you to join and be a part of. Let's keep going forward. Awesome. Wonderful. So something we started last week is that we are bringing in an affirmation for a new minister. We've been looking for a new minister. Lovely Reverend Jane Hyatt retired at the end of the year. She was an amazing person. We've been seeking. And so as we continue to seek for this new minister, we are going to continually affirm that new minister. Because here at Unity, as I said earlier in the service, we know, believe, and feel that our thoughts and intention have power. And when joined together in a group intention and affirmation, we are able to bring about the most good on the Most High. So if you will join me, Rod, do you have a screen for the affirmation? Do you have your order of service, possibly?
Is it there? Look at the other side.
No. One moment, everybody. You're okay. That is a vision statement, yes. Yes, that is. Luckily, I was on the email chain. So, we, the Unity Spiritual Community of Central Oregon family, with infinite power and wisdom working in and through us, accept and appreciate our abundant well-being. Is that it? I don't know. I think that's the one from last week. We're going to go with this one. Well-being as we engage our ideal minister. This loving soul supports, uplifts, and guides us spiritually and organizationally in our wild soul mission for our good and for the good of all beings. And so it is. We'll take that affirmation. Awesome. So I'm actually going to now turn it on over, and we're going to get some lovely music going, and afterwards we will have a speak. So enjoy. Thank you so much.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through with no pretension. I planned each chartered course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Yes, it was my way.
They're standing, Eric, in case you couldn't tell. Wow, wasn't that just wonderful? It is such a treat that we have him here with us. It really is. I mean, he makes me cry on a regular basis. It's absolutely incredible. Yes, that's wonderful. That's a good goal in life. That's a very, very good goal in life. Next, we have our speaker. We have a wonderful speaker today. He is a beautiful example of masculinity. He is a beautiful divine being walking through and doing good work inside of this world. He's a very, very good person. And he is going to give a wonderful talk. So if we get a round of applause for Reverend Jim Pasmore.
Thank you. Yes. You're sure you meant me, right? Just checking. Hey, Eric and Soulshine, that was amazing. That was just amazing. It was like you were just speaking right into my soul. It was fantastic. I think a lot of you probably felt the same way, didn't you? Oh my gosh. My way. You know, my life has been a lot like that, where I've had my share of close calls and difficulties in life, but found unity. And wow, what a difference that made. And it's still my way, and it's your way, isn't it? Isn't this a wonderful place to be, to share that thought? While I'm gone during the winter, we're in Georgetown, Texas, and there's a Unity Church there. And what they do is, before the minister speaks, he says, laughter is the best medicine. So I thought, okay, I'll start like that too, because everybody seemed to love it. And so what can I say about laughter and confidence? So confidence is taking a selfie without a filter. Confidence is knowing mirrors don't talk, but knowing they don't laugh either. Confidence is feeling like a sugar-high 4-year-old with a Batman cape. Telling the negative committee that meets in your head, sit down and shut up. Knowing that even if you're confident you're on the right track, you might get run over if you just sit there. And as with Alice in Wonderland, believing 6 impossible things before breakfast. And last but not least, confidence is laughing at your mistakes. Laughing at your mistakes lengthens your life. Laughing at your wife's mistakes shortens it. And that's the truth. Okay. So I just want to start by saying thank you to Kate for last week's talk, which was all about love. And love is really what I feel confidence is based on. It's the foundation for confidence. When you are loved, and when you love others, and when you know you have the love of Spirit, and when you know that that energy of Source is flowing through you as love, how can you not be confident? And so that's a place where if we start from that and end with that, this talk is done, basically. But I'm going to take a little more time and tell you a few stories, and because we've all had a kind of, at least in my case, I had a winding path to get to unity. The first half of my life, the first 40 years, I was without a spiritual compass, I might say. I had a grandmother that read the Bible to me, but my family went to church, but they didn't talk about it. They weren't spiritual. It was just something that people did. And so I got very little out of it. And so I can say that growing up, starting in Chicago and then moving to a farm, I felt a little bit insecure and in some ways inferior. I'll tell you why. It's because I was small for my age, really, really small for my age. How small was I? Well, think of being in a tent, going to sleep with a mosquito in there. That mosquito lets you know he's around, but it's really small. So I knew I had something that I could offer, but I didn't know how to express it because I was different from a lot of my friends in that they were all bigger at my age anyway. So when I went into high school, I was 85 pounds. And I was 13 years old, and very few kids were that size. So I signed up for wrestling because they had a category. What's it called? Featherweight. Lightweight's close. Featherweight's even closer. Anyway, as a result of that, I spent 2 years wrestling, and I really got good at it, and I liked it in some ways, but I'll tell you what I didn't like about it. I didn't like the fact that there was it's kind of somebody got hurt sometimes, and there was always a submission aspect to the loser. So this win-lose was really awkward. And when I went into my junior year in high school, I found out they were just starting a gymnastics program. And the coach was brand new at it, and so I asked him about it and whether I could qualify. He says, "At your size, you'll be great." I said, "Oh, wow, finally my size is an advantage." And so I signed up for gymnastics. And this coach was amazing. He was all about positive thinking. He was all about motivation. He was all about getting into the zone. He wasn't about winning or losing. He was about being in the zone and knowing that you're doing what you love to do and that you can just let go of any concept of winning or losing or comparison at all and just focus on doing the best you can and loving what you're doing. And so the only problem we had was that all the other high schools we were competing with in the area had a 4-year program. So everybody else was 2 years ahead of us. So I knew that I could never hope to do the kind of difficult tricks that they were doing. And the coach said, I'm looking at your form. If you just follow through on good form and just focus on nothing else but having perfect form. So I developed good tricks, a good routine, but it was all focused on doing it perfectly and not getting into trying to compete with all the crazy stuff that some of the others were doing. But I did my backward giants and my forward giants, and I would stop at the top of the bar with a perfectly arched body, my toes straight up, and hang there for what seemed like a long time. And my dismount was what really got me the points. I would do 2 forward giant swings, leave go, flip in the air with my feet straight out, my toes pointed, my arms out, and I would stick it on the landing. And when we competed with schools that had much better, more difficult tricks, we would win because of the form. It was so perfect because all we did is focus, focus, focus on form. So what is that telling you? What is that telling me? That do it your way. My way was to focus on what I could do well at my size, at my age, and within the competitive situation that I was in, and forgetting about that, zoning in on what I love to do. And so that's kind of an example of what transformed my, let's say, attitude from one of feeling inferior, feeling insecure, into one of, I can do this. I can go forward from here with confidence. And eventually, I got to be a proper size. That helped. When I came out of the Navy, I was 150 pounds, and I'm 150 pounds now. So it was just the perfect place for me to be. Anyway, I want to talk about transformation a little bit because we've all gone through that. Haven't you, in your life, had situations like that where you've come into life not feeling 100% confident, but found something that was your niche, that was your skill, that was your passion, and followed that passion? And by doing that, we do it our way. And that's what this talk is all about, is doing it our way. Because when you do that, everything lines up. And so what I'm going to say is that beyond transformation, in the what I call the personal sense, there's another level that we here are all planning to achieve or have achieved, and that is recognizing that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. Haven't we said that here many, many times? But what does that really mean in terms of confidence? It means basically that when we align ourselves with that knowledge, with that wisdom, with the idea that we have a higher self, some people call it the inner being. It is an aspect of the energy of source that's within us. And when we align with that, it absolutely changes everything. Because we begin every endeavor by centering ourselves in that alignment. And when we do that, we go forward with a wisdom. And a wisdom is part of what I want to talk about in terms of being able to express our highest self. Unity has what they call 12 powers. And love, wisdom, power, and will are all an aspect of finding confidence in your life. Love, because that's the ultimate power in the universe. If we recognize that we are love and we are loving and that we are loved, then we have the power of the universe at our command. We can command it. As Abraham teaches, Abraham Hicks, some of you may know Abraham Hicks? Yeah? Oh, a few. Good, good. Yes, I feel the same way about Abraham Hicks. I love their teachings. But Abraham Hicks talks about just what you were saying, setting the intention. You set the intention here. The first thing you do is you get centered, and you know what your intention is. You set your intention. When you do that, you basically have planted that seed of intention in the mind of God, in the mind of spirit, whatever you want to call it, source, whatever. And in that mind, it's done. And now the question is, how does it come about? What's our part in it? And our part in that is aligning with that. If you imagine yourself as truly having an inner being that is connected to spirit, then what you want to do is, how do I feel when I know that my intention is in alignment? Well, you feel pretty good about it. Now, what if you feel kind of a little bit icky about it? Well, that's your absolute compass, your guide. Your inner being knows exactly what's ideal for you. And you just need to align with it. And that intention then is put into what I call, what Abraham calls, spiritual escrow. It's waiting for us to call it forth at the perfect time when we become aligned with what we're trying to achieve. And when that alignment occurs, then the manifestation begins to take shape. And it was going to come into being. So that's part of what confidence is in the higher sense. It's the ultimate confidence because you're using the power of the universe. And the universe we know is rigged on our behalf. The universe we know is all about good. And so what we need to do is simply align ourselves. And that is the power of all the universe at our disposal. Now, knowing that, doesn't that give you some kind of feeling of confidence? If you know you truly can do that, how many of you have listened to Abraham and have tried that? Okay, so a lot of you know that this actually works. This is an example of something that leaps forward or spirals upward from normal psychology. Normal psychology tells you that confidence is trusting in your own abilities to be able to achieve the results you want in your life. But if you take it at a spiritual level, let me give you a definition of confidence. It's seeing from where you're sitting, where you're standing, right here, right now, seeing everything through the eyes of God, through the eyes of Source. Seeing everyone here through the eyes of Source. Now take a moment and, if you will, turn to your neighbor and say, I see you through the eyes of Source, and you are fill in the blank. Doesn't that feel good? We don't want to stop, do we? Yeah. I think that's the key, is recognizing that if we can go forward from here and take this into our life, into our day, into our week, and into the rest of our life, and always remember that whenever you are looking at anything, you're looking through the eyes of Source. It changes everything. And what is it, time? Oh, okay. Oh, the waterfalls. Oh, you know what? I don't know that you can see those real well. Can you?
Yeah, we've been enjoying them.
You might ask why I put those up there. Thank you. So, I love nature. And we were having a mastermind meeting, Dan and I and a few others that are part of a mastermind group that holds the high watch for this center. And it doesn't change anything in terms of board or anything like that. We just hold the high watch, and if we're asked for something, we'll. But anyway, I noticed that Dan had a beautiful picture of it wasn't the Metolius, it was Deschutes River? Both. Okay. And I had a picture of my trip to Bali with this beautiful jungle area behind me. And we were just commenting on how it makes us feel so peaceful and so good and reminds us of how much we love being in nature. And so I thought, is there a reason to put them up there? Nah, it wouldn't affect anybody. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, you know, there's a sense of peace, there's a sense of wonder about being in that beautiful forested areas of our life. And it's inspiring, and it's relaxing, and it's feeling of harmony and a feeling of connectedness and alignment. And that's all what we're talking about here. So why not put him up there? That was about the end of the tree line in Gates of the Arctic National Wildlife Area, where we went a couple of years ago with my granddaughter, and hiked around up there. And when I look at that picture, it reminds me that that is one of the most beautiful little spots where there's the last tree standing. How rugged they are, how perfect it is. Anyway, I don't want to talk about those. I wanted to talk about confidence. But I thought, you know, it will help to open everybody up and more easily be able to hear what I have to say because you're in that place of harmony and peace. So, the other thing I wanted to say about confidence is I wanted to read you a little bit about, I think I mentioned faith as one of the examples of a power that is associated with confidence. And here's what Charles Fillmore in The Revealing Word had to say about faith. Sorry, I've got glasses that are really old. I'm getting some new ones, and they're focusing better, but this one I have to lift up to focus. Oh, there you are. Okay. Anyway, so to have faith in God is to have the faith of God. Isn't that beautiful? And then he goes on to say, when faith is exercised deep in spiritual consciousness, it finds its abode, and under divine law, without variation or disappointment, it brings results that are seemingly miraculous. I love that. And it's so true. And then you think about, well, what about all the failures that we've had in our life? And what does Fillmore have to say about that? He says, seeming failure is often a stepping stone to something higher. Isn't that true in your life and in my life? I've, like you were talking about, multiple divorces. You got me beat, but I've had two. Oh, sorry. No contest. No contest. Yeah. We're not comparing. But if I hadn't had those two divorces, it wouldn't have changed me in ways that I needed to change. I needed to learn some lessons about some arrogance that I had about being right about things. And what is arrogance? It's insecurity. It's not being sure of yourself, so you try to put yourself higher than others. You've got a lot of bragging and boasting going on at times. And I wasn't the person that I was claiming to be. It was a false image that I was presenting to try to figure a way to get through life. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to keep going, don't worry. No, arrogance was something I had to get past. And if I hadn't had those two divorces and come to a low point in my life, I wouldn't have found unity. That's what brought me to unity. And if I hadn't found unity, I wouldn't be the person that was able to connect with and align with Joanne, because she was at unity also. We met there, in fact. So there's so many times in our life where we say, oh my God, that was a failure. I have regrets. No, we've all made mistakes, but no regrets. Let's go through life knowing that life was meant to be lived fully, passionately, excitedly, and know that we can do anything we want with ultimate confidence when we align with Source. Thank you. So I'd like to take that into a meditation, if you will. So just take a moment and settle yourself into your seat and be relaxed. And if you like to, close your eyes. And just know that right here, right now, in this place, is the perfect time, the perfect place for you to be. Everything that you've done in your life leads to this moment, as always, because this is the only moment there is right here, right now, to remember who we are, to remember the divinity within, and to know that this is a divinity that allows us to go forward in our life, releasing judgment, finding unconditional love, recognizing the power within. And I'd like you to just take a moment and imagine that higher self of yours as a watcher, someone that's always there watching, always there holding the higher watch for you. It's an inner being that is connected directly to source energy. You are connected to directly to source energy. And all you have to do is get your simple little ego self out of the way and allow the beauty, the power, the love, the wisdom of source that is always ready to respond, always ready to be what you need at this exact time, exact place. So take a moment and feel the love and feel the light. That love is you. That love is me. That love is all of us. That love is source. And we take that with us as we go out today into our world. And we radiate that love to everyone we come in contact with without judgment. And just know that unconditional love is what we are made for. It is who we are. And so it is. Yeah.
I'm alright, nobody worry about me. Why you gotta give me a fight? Can you just let it be? I'm alright, nobody worry about me. Why you gotta give me a fight? Let's go! Can you just let it be? Do what you like, doing it naturally. But if it's too easy, they're gonna disagree. It's your life, and isn't it a mystery? It's nobody's business, it's everybody's game. Gotta catch you later, another cannonball right away. Some Cinderella kid. Get it up and get you a job. Why I'm alright, nobody worry about me. Why you gotta give me a fight? Can you just let it be? I'm alright, nobody worry about me. Why you gotta give me a fight? Can you just let it be? Who do you want? Who you be today? Who is it really making up your mind? You want to listen to the man, or pay attention to the magistrate? And while I got you in the mood, listen to your own heart beating, 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 own heart beating. Don't it get you moving? Oh, make me feel so good. Then give it up and give it a job. I'm alright. Nobody worry about me. Why you gotta give me a fight? Can you just let? I'm alright. Nobody worry about me. I'm alright. Can't you just let me? I'm alright. I'm alright. Just let it be. Just let me be. I'm alright.
That's how we do it here.
Confidence.
That was great. I love that it was silent and then it was just like, bow! I'm playing the interim right now to bring the energy down because Reverend Jim is going to bring us into a prayer. So, welcome. If you're new here, that's what we do. So, please, if you could welcome Reverend Jim to bring us into a beautiful prayer.
Well, what about a high energy prayer? Okay, let's start by laughing together. Okay, laughter is the best medicine. And that'll bring us to a happy place where we can just close our eyes for a moment and know that we're in the perfect place, as we talked about, that this is perfect freedom where we're at. With the 4th of July coming up, we recognize that we are free to do and be whatever we want, that nothing in the news, nothing anywhere else makes any difference to us when we remove our judgment, when we see each and every person as unconditional love in our hearts, in our minds, and we go forth knowing that we are free to be exactly who we are with 100% confidence, and so it is.
Just take a minute and fill out our prayer claims. There'll be a QR code on the screen, there you go, or you could use the green forms in front of you on the seat. Take a minute and fill them out. We will return your prayers and pray with you throughout the week if you request. Go ahead and fill the claims out. Let's sing the prayer song.
I am.
We think this is what life is about. Laughter and love and spirit and joy and it's all connected. It's all connected, you know. And so thank you so much for that. That was really, really wonderful. If you are new, would you be willing to raise your hand and introduce yourself? Anybody? If not, you don't have to if you don't feel called. There are blue cards in the backs of chairs and everywhere else. Feel free to fill them out. We won't bug you with information, but it will allow us to contact you with a lot of the different services and events that are going on here in the building, and we would really, really love for you to come join us and hang out with us. So next we are going to move into offering. And here at the Unity Spiritual Community of Central Oregon, we are a volunteer-run program. Everybody here is donating their moments. We are also not making any profit here. We're operating purely off of donations. And it's interesting. So here at Unity, we have different thoughts about monetary contributions and what those may do to our beings and our persons if we hold on to them. So, how to explain this? As an energetic being moving through my day and my reality, I find it necessary to allow my energy to flow out in many different channels and avenues. I allow it to flow out in love and admiration to my children. I allow it to flow out in love and admiration to my friends. I allow it to flow out in confidence, in advice, in all many different forms. And it's very important for me to also allow for the monetary contributions in my life to flow out in many different forms. Charity is an important part of myself, my being, my soul as an individual. And so as we're sitting here today and we're going around, the offering baskets are going, and you feel that maybe urge, oh, I don't want to put something in there. Maybe there's an impingement in the way, and as you allow that energy to flow, as Reverend Jim spoke to us today so beautifully, it allows the creative source of the universe to flow in behind it. So it's like, oh, I don't want to, but look at the source as it flows in behind it. So I'm going to sing along. We're going to go forward and take a song, and the greeters are going to come up with the baskets and spread around. And if you feel so called, put some in there. You can put your green prayer forms in there. I would happily reply to those, and so would the prayer team. And please put your blue cards in there as well, and enjoy our song as we go along. So take it away, Soulshine.
I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. And I just want to say thank you. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you. And I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all. I got gratitude in my heart. I got gratitude in my soul. And I just want to say thank you. And I just want to say thank you. Merci beaucoup. I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all. Here we go. Volunteers. AV people. All of you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Got gratitude in my heart. In my heart. Gratitude in my soul. In my soul, baby. I just want to say thank you. The hollow. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you for it all. Thank you for it all.
If you feel so called, please join me in blessing of the offering. From the love of pure spirit within us, we bless these gifts. We send them forth to heal, bless, and prosper. They are evidence of our faith and belief. They do good work in the world and return to us multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to move forward now into our prayer of intention for the week. I was actually explaining this to my 4-year-old on the way down here today to service, that really what we're doing here is we're charging ourselves up for the week. We're presenting an opportunity and a space for us to join together, to pray together, to celebrate together, to pray and to go forward and spread that love to the rest of the people around. And so, as you see, Reverend Jim, if you could stand up for me real quick, and Kalinda, there are people here with white stoles. I'm also available. I don't have my stole on. If you feel so called after service, these people are willing to do private prayers with you or to speak with them, and please use their services if you feel called to, and they are available to do so. But together, we'll read the prayer of intention. Holy light shines within and all around me, a presence of love that is always there. I am that presence. I am a radiant field of love energy. I am holy light. My essence cradles and guides me. I am a gift in this world. I go forth from here in joy to bless the world with my loving light.
And I just want to say that we did have an answered prayer because Elise has wanted us to dance in the aisles, so you delivered today.
Be blessed, and so it is. Take us away, Soulshine.
Whoa, yeah, yeah. I got gratitude in my heart. Got gratitude in my soul. In my soul.